All right, the watch list video for Tuesday. I'm going to read my little disclaimer here. I'm a day trader. I never hold anything overnight. So I look for stocks with chart setups that have a strong potential of giving me a good trade tomorrow. That's what I'm looking for, okay? Please keep that in mind when watching this video. I hate being underwater in a stock, so I use this list to then find intraday setups that if and when they trigger, using my entry strategies, they should give me a nice quick move in my desired direction. If that happens, I sell part of my position quickly, so I have a can't lose trade within minutes. With this method, I rarely have a red day, and I sleep very well at night. Add to that the fact that if I can't find anything, somebody in our chat room usually can, so it's pretty rare that there's nothing to trade. Great teamwork in that room. So let's get that out of the way and move on to the video. The market is actually still open. There's about 18 minutes left. But I've got enough information, and you know, basically all the charts are formed for tomorrow. So I've gone ahead and put together my list for tomorrow. I may start doing that to free up my evenings, if nothing else, right? So here's the SPY, and if you didn't trade today, you wouldn't know it, but it was crazy this morning. But right now, after all the craziness, we went down and touched 200, and then right back up. And we're not closed yet, but right now the market's sitting basically right where it opened. All right. Keep in mind, tomorrow is the last day before the FOMC meeting, and I think that may be where some of the chaos comes from. There's a lot of jittery traders out there. But I'm going to try to show you what happened today. Maybe I'll go to 2-minute candles, because you can't really appreciate it unless you kind of try to watch it unfold. But I'm going to try to be brief here. Okay, so this is the opening 2-minute candle right here. And then you see the SPY just rips higher. Nope, back through the lows of the day. Then look, it's fast and heavy down through the lows, right? So now everyone's bearish. What happens? This is not an errant tick. It actually traded from through the lows on volume through the highs on bigger volume. And now at this point, I told everybody, hey, I already had my $1,000 profits from the one trade I took this morning. And I told everybody, you know, I'm pretty much done for the day. When I see this and then this, I just throw up my hands and say, I don't know what to expect. Why would I risk my money? But let's switch to 5s now, and you can see after the chaos here, then it kind of grinded lower, and then it's really tightening. And I expect it to be kind of this action here in this area is what I expected the whole day to be and tomorrow to be. But I didn't expect this chaos. But anyway, I kept myself out of trouble. Okay, so. Let's go to the daily. So there's the SPY. STRP. Here's my list for tomorrow. This one had a really nice spike intraday. And, up into kind of, this isn't a gap, but this was a huge flush down. And it's over this, over a month worth of trading. It broke through that today. So I want to watch that for some follow through tomorrow. FORD. I put this in my notes earlier today. It's really not that interesting to me. There's just no volume to speak of. As I'm speaking, I'm taking that off my list. I mean, it's definitely an interesting chart, but I try to focus on things that have had recent high relative volume like this. FORD back here was interesting, okay? Right here, it's not. The chart was shaping up to be kind of pretty over $1.80, but there's just nothing to get excited about because there's no recent volume. So let's just scrap that one. CNP, now this one we do have recent high relative volume. You'll notice I really try to focus on things with that aspect. Had a big pop on Friday, then today, no trades in it, but just a kind of a quiet inside day. I want to watch that one as a potential move higher tomorrow. All right, NAV goes back on bounce watch. It was on bounce watch today, back on bounce watch for tomorrow. No trades in it today. RICE, let me pan out a little bit here. You can get a better kind of look. Was really getting shaped to the downside, a little daily bear flag, and then 2 more days down, big volume. I still want to watch that one for a bounce. A couple weeks ago, that was 14. It's almost been cut in half just in the past couple weeks. SWN, starting to get a little bit of what we call shape change to the downside and big volume. I don't know. That doesn't really look like capitulation to me yet. So that'll be in my notes, but I'm not that excited about it. BPMX. This one had this big spike on Friday and gave a lot of it back. Then today gaps up and is actually really pretty strong. So I want to watch that one for a potential move higher on Tuesday. NRX. This gave the perfect setup, and we were watching this as a gap play this morning, and then I was looking elsewhere and I missed it. I know some people in the chat room caught it. And it would have been just basically a break of the opening high. Okay, like as it goes red to green here, there's 2-minute candles. So through $1.80, and I saw some people in chat grab that, and man, they made a killing. It went up to over 280 which is a huge move, right? When you get in at $1.80 percentage-wise. Anyway, I didn't catch that, but it's closing. Looks like maybe about in the middle of its range today. So maybe we get a red to green in that one tomorrow. It goes back on watch. MPLX. Okay, what's interesting about this one? I'm not sure. I like the volume recently. This might be trying to put in a higher low. It's funny because sometimes when I put these things on watch, they look better than, now we're getting closer to the close. It's kind of selling off at the end of the day again here. You can kind of picture this was actually, that's why when I started to build my list earlier today, this was actually a green daily candle, right? So it looked like a higher low today. Picture this candle being green, and this has had really big moves lately, but I'll still keep it in my list. KTOV had this crazy move, then gaps down, takes out the lows of the crazy day, and then today gaps up. No trades in it today, but I'm going to kind of put this on bounce watch. It doesn't look like a bounce play, but it's closing below its open. But this one might, if it say it trades in a narrow range, and then you get an afternoon breakout to the upside, you could get a big percentage move there. So it doesn't cost me anything to put it on a chart. And then Boyd Gaming, BYD. The 200 day is not very far away, and you've had 2-3 days, and then today's the fourth day down in a row with getting shape and volume. So I want to watch that one for potential bounce, especially if it can gap down to around the 200 day. Then I like it even more. One quick glance at the SPY here. The SPY is finishing strong. Got about 12 minutes till the close. Again, I'm not getting too excited about anything one way or the other because I know we've got FOMC on Wednesday. So I'm going to hope to find a gapper tomorrow, or maybe one of these trades that I'm showing you, one of these charts sets up. But I'm really going to, keep my position size small, try to get 1 or 2 early trades, and then I really don't want anything to do with the afternoon of Wednesday, so I won't be trading that. But maybe we'll catch a trade Wednesday morning too. And then there's about 50 different scenarios that can happen if they raise rates and if they don't raise rates. To me, in my mind, there is no surefire, well, here, if they raise, here's what's going to happen. If they lower, here's what's going to happen. I expect a lot of whippiness back and forth as people try to guess what's going to happen. So I'm not going to go into the scenarios because it's not worth it, all right? But anyway, if you are trading, be aware that Wednesday afternoon there should be pure chaos in the markets, all right? And when it gets that unpredictable, I usually step aside and wait for the next morning. So I'll be trading tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning, and then I'll be done, and then we'll start back Thursday morning. But definitely I'm not trading Wednesday afternoon, in other words. All right, I'm done babbling. Have a great night. Talk to you tomorrow.